Hi guys, I'm back. Today I'm going to read Job 13 to 18, Proverbs 12, and Psalm 17. Let's get started. Behold, my eyes seen all this, my ears haven't understood. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I will speak to the Almighty, and I desire to argue my case with God. As for you, you whitewash with lies, you worthless physicians are you. Oh, that you would keep silent, and it would be yours. Here am my argument listening to the pleadings of my lips. Will you speak falsely for God, and speak deceitfully for me? And will you shout shouty to me? Will you plead the case for God? Will it be well with you when he searches you out? Or can you deceive him as one sees a man? He will surely rebuke you if in secret you show partiality. Will not his majesty terrify you, and the dread of him fall upon you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes, your defences are defences of clay. Let me have silence, and I'll speak, and let come on me what may. Why should I take my flesh in my teeth and put my life in my hand? Though he slay me, I'll hope in him. Yet I'll argue my ways to his face. It will be my salvation that the God shall not come before him. Keep listening to my words, and let my declaration be in your ears. Behold, I have prepared my case. I know that I shall be in the right. Who is there who will contend with me? But then I'll be silent and die. And then grant me two things. Then I will not hide myself from your face. Withdraw your hand far from me, and let not dread of you terrify me. And I will then call, and I will answer. Or let me speak, and you reply to me. How many are my iniquities and my sins? How do you know my transgressions and my transgression and my sin? Why do you hide your face and count me as your enemy? Will you fight at a driven leaf and pursue dry chaff? Will you write bitter things against me, and make me inherit the iniquities of my youth? You put my feet in the stocks and watch on my paths. You set a limit for the soles of my feet. Man wastes away like a rotten thing, like a garment that is moth-eaten. Man who is born of a woman is few of days and full of trouble. He comes out like a flower and withers. He flees like a shadow and continues not. And you open your eyes on such a one and bring me into judgment with you. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? There is not one, since days are determined and the number of his months is with you. And you will appoint his limits that he cannot pass. Look away from him and leave him alone, that he may enjoy like the highest his day. Oh, there is hope for a tree, and if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that its shoot will not cease, though its root grow old in the earth, and its stump die in the soil. And at the scent of water it will bud, and put up branches like a young plant. But a man dies and is laid low. If a man breathes his last, and where is he? As waters fail from the lake, and the river wastes away and dries up, so a man lies down and rises not again, till the heavens are no more, he will not wake, or be roused out of his sleep. And that you would hide me in shock, that you would conceal me until your wrath be past, that you would appoint me a set time, and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my service I would wait, till my renewal should come. He would call, and I will answer you, for you would long for the work of your hand. Then you would number my steps, you would knock, you would watch over my sin. My transgression will be sealed up in the bag, and you would cover over my iniquity. Yet the mountain falls and crumbles away, and the rock is removed from its place. The waters wash away from the sand, and the torrents wash away the soil of the earth. So you destroy the hope of man, you prevail forever against him, and he passes. You change his countenance, and send him away. His sons come to honor, and he doesn't know. He is brought low, and he perceives it not. He feels only the pain of his own body, and he learned only for himself. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, should a wise man answer with windy knowledge, and fill his belly with the east wind? Or should he argue an unprofitable talk and one word with which he can do no good? But you are doing away with the fear of God, and hindering meditation before God. For your iniquity teaches your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not lie. Your own lips justify against you. Are you not the first man who was born, who you brought forth before the hills? Have you listened in the counsel of God? And do you listen to yourself? And do you know that we do not know? Or what do you understand that is not clear to us? Is the grey hand and the aged among us are older than your father? And is the comforts of God too small for you, or the word that deals gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away? Why do your eyes flash, and you turn your spirit against God and bring such words again out of your mouth? What is man that he can be pure, or he who is born of a woman that he can be righteous? Behold, God puts no trust in his sight, in his holy one, and the heavens are not pure in his sight. How much less one who is abominable and corrupt? A man who drinks injustice like water, I'll show you hear me. And what I have seen, I will declare. And the wicked man risks in pain all his days. Through all the years that I laid up for the ruthless, the Dreadful sounds are in his ears, and prosperity the destroyer will come upon him. He does not believe that he will return out of darkness, and he is marked full of sword. He wants a reward for bread, saying, Where is it? He knows that a day darkness is ready out of his hand. Distress and anguish terrify him. They prevail against him like a king ready for battle. Because he stretched out his hand against God, he defies the Almighty, running stubbornly against him. With a thickly bossed shoe, because he's covered his face with fat and gathered fat upon his face, and has lived in desolate cities, in houses that none should inhabit, which were ready to become heaps of ruins. He will not be rich, and his wealth will not be endured, nor will his possessions spread over the earth. He will not depart from darkness. The flame will dry up his shoes, and by the breath of his mouth he will depart. Let him not trust in emptiness, deceiving himself, for emptiness will be his payment, and will be paid in full before his time, and his branch will not be green. He will shake off its unripe grape like a fire, and cast off his blossom like the olive tree. The company of the godless is bad, and fire consumes with the tents of bribery. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil, and their womb prepares to see. And Job answered and said, I have heard many such things. Whose real comforters are you all? Shall many words have a name, and what provokes you that you answer? I also could speak as you do, if you were in my place. I could join words together against you, and shake my head at you. I strengthen you with my mouth, and the soles of my lips will assuage your pain. If I speak, my pain is not assuaged, and if I forbear, how much of it leaves me? Surely now God has worn me out. He has made desolate all my company. He has shriveled me up. He is a witness against me, and my leanness has risen up against me. He testifies to my face. He has torn me in his wrath and hated me. He has gnashed his teeth at me. My adversary sharpens his eyes against me. Men have gaped at me with their mouth. They struck me insolently on the cheek. They mass themselves together against me. God gives me up to the ungodly, and casts me into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, and he broke me apart. He seized me by the neck and dashed me to pieces. He set me up as a target. His arches surround me. He slashes open my kidneys and does not spare. He pours my gall on the ground. He breaks me with breach upon breach. He runs upon me like a warrior. I have smeared sackcloth upon my skin, and have laid my strength in the dust. My face is red with weeping, and on my eyelids is deep darkness. Although there is no violence in my hands, and my prayer is pure, O earth, cover not my blood, and let my cry find no resting place. Even now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and he who testifies for me is on high. My friends scorn me, my eye pours out tears to go, that he would argue the case of man with God, and as the Son of Man does with his neighbor. One, a few years have come, and I shall go the way from which I shall not return. My spirit is broken, my days are extinct, the graveyard is ready for me. Surely there are mockers about me, and my eye dwells on their provocation. Lay down a pledge for me with you. Who is there who will put up security for me? Since you have closed their hearts to understanding, therefore you not let them triumph. He informs it against his friends to get a share of their property. The eyes of his children will fail. He has made me a byword of the peoples, and I am one before whom men spit. My eye has grown dim with vexation, and all my members are like a shadow. The upright are appalled at this, and the innocent stirs himself up against the godless, and the righteous holds to its way, and he with clean hands grows stronger and stronger. But you come on again, all of you, and I shall not find a wise man among you. My days are past, my plans are broken off, the desires of my heart. They make night into day, the light they see is near to the darkness. If I hope for Sheol as my house, if I make my bed in darkness, if I say to the pit, you are my father, and to the one, my mother, or my sister, and where then is my hope? You will see my hope. We will go down to the bars of Sheol. Shall we descend together into the dust, and build out the Shahai and sinister? How long will you have for words? Consider, and then we'll speak. Why are we counted as coward? Why are we stupid in your sight? You who tell yourself in your anger, shall the earth be forsaken for you? Will the rock be removed out of this place? Indeed, the light of the wicked is put out, and the flame is fire does not shine, and the light is darkness too, and the lamp above him is put out. His strong steps are short, and his own sheep thrown down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walks down and smash. The trap seizes him by the heel, the snare lays hold of him. The rope is hidden for him in the road. The trap for him in the path, terrifying him on every side, and chasing man steals. His strength is famished, and calamity is ready for his stumbling. He consumes the parts of his sin. Merciful and death consumes his lips. He is torn from the tent in which he trusts, and is brought to the king of terrors. In his tent dwells that which is not of his. Sulphur is scattered over his habitation. His roots dry up beneath, and his branches wither above. His memory perishes from the earth, and he has no name in the street. He is thrust from light into darkness and driven out of the world. He has no posterity or progeny among his people, and no survivor where he used to live. The enemy of the west are appalled at his day, and horror seizes them of the east. Surely such are the dwellings of the righteous, unrighteous, such is the place of him who knows not God. Proverbs 12. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. He who hates reproof is stupid. A good man obtains favor from the Lord, but a man of evil devices he condemns. No one is established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous will never be moved. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who brings shame is like rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are just, the counsel of the wicked are deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright delivers them. The wicked are overthrown and not anymore. The house of the righteous will stay. The man is commanded according to his good sense, but one of twisted mind is despised. Better to be lowly and have a seven than to play the great man and lack bread. Whoever is righteous has regard for his beast, for the life of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruel. Whoever works to them will have plenty of bread, and he who follows wealth has pursues slack sense. Wherefore is wicked confesses full of evil. The road of the righteous bears fruit, and an evil man is ensnared by the transgression of his lips. The righteous escapes from trouble. From the fruit of his mouth a man is satisfied with good, and the work of a man's hand comes back to him. The way of a fool is right in his own, but a wise man listens to advice. The vexation of a fool is no noise, but the prudent ignores an insult. Whoever speaks the truth, it gives honest evidence, but a false witness eyes to see. It is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, and the tongue of the wise brings him. Truthfulness endure forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who divide evil, but those who plan peace have joy. No ill befalls the righteous, but the wicked are filled with trouble. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his son. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the diligent will rule, while the slothful will be put to forced labor. And anxiety in a man's heart will weigh him down, but a good one makes him glad. None who is righteous is a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. Whoever is slothful will not rest his gate. The diligent man will get precious wealth. In the path of righteousness is life, and in his pathway there is no death. Proverb, Psalm 17. Hear just call of the Lord, attend to my cry, give ear to my prayer from the lips, for you to see. From your presence let my vindication come, let your eyes behold the right. You try my heart, you listen to me by night, you test me, and you find nothing. I purpose that my mouth will not transgress, with my regard to the works of man by the word of your lips. I have avoided the way of the violent, my steps have held fast to your paths, my feet have not slipped. I call upon you, and for you will answer me, O God. Incline your ear to me, hear my words, wondrously show your steadfast love, the Savior of those who seek refuge. From the adversaries at your right hand, keep me as the apple of your eye, hide me in the shadow of your wings. None of the wicked who will do me violence, my enemy, deadly enemies who surround me. They close their hearts to pity, with their mouths they speak arrogantly. They have now surrounded our steps, they set their eyes to cast us to the ground. He is like a lion eager to tear, as a young lion lurking in ambush. Our eyes, O Lord, confound and subdue. Deliver myself from the wicked by your sword, from men by your hand, O Lord, from men of the world whose portion is in this life. You fill their womb with treasure, they are satisfied with children, and they leave their abundance to their infants. As for me, I shall behold your face in righteousness. Though I awake, I shall be satisfied with your likeness. I shall now do the Lord's Prayer. Please bow your heads. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as you have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. Give us the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.